Okay, hello. Welcome to Strange Origin Podcast. I think episode 17, I think. We were talking about this before. But with me today is Yishak. Yichkak.
Hi,
Yichkahak.
hi, YouTube. What's up?
He's a good friend. Been over 10 years. He's probably been involved in some of the stories that Mark and I used to talk about. He was the guy there.
Yeah,
But
in
we
the
couldn't say his
sidelines.
name.
Yeah, in the sidelines.
But yeah, he's going to be joining me on how his recent party is going to get screwed over. His birthday's actually in 2 days,
Yep,
and he's planning this massive barbecue. And
that was
then,
gonna happen,
yeah, and
and then the
then
government decided to change the
exactly.
rules
So in the
on the
UK, we
week. On the
can't.
week.
Was it 6 people? Is that's it,
Yeah,
and then it's illegal. Like
yeah.
you can't have any more people than that. So bang goes a massive barbecue that we were gonna have for your birthday. But I was
Yeah,
gonna
it
ask
was
you, how's
actually.
it feel to have your birthday
Uh,
cancelled by COVID like mine was?
it's upsetting because it's like I planned this from like a month ago,
Yeah, it
on
was a
like
long time.
August, a long time, and I was thinking to myself, oh yeah, I can't wait for this to happen, and then it ended up becoming more like in depth of my party, so I started doing a theme now. So it was not just going to be a barbecue; it was going to be a joint barbecue with me and my mum, because my mum's birthday is
Right,
like
yeah.
2 days after mine. Coincidence, yeah, I took her birthday away apparently. That's what she tells me. But yeah, so for my section of the party, I was going to invite my friends, and we were going to dress up in nineties, and then my
90s theme.
mum's in nineties theme, like any clothing from nineties, like even like pop culture, anything from the nineties,
Yeah.
and then my mum was going to do the sixties, which was the year that she was born.
Which would have been
Yeah,
great. Like I think
yeah,
like I was gonna try and go as like Kurt Cobain. I can't, what were you gonna go as, man?
I was going to go as typical like Run DMC, like Adidas, fisherman
Ah,
hat, glasses, everything like that.
yeah, proper
If people
old
don't know
school.
what Run DMC is like a rapper group,
Yeah.
and that was big in the 80s and early 90s, and their style was like pop,
S-
like it was big.
so many people like excited for dressing up as well. Like
Yeah,
so many people got to sort out their costumes. We had one friend who was umming and ahhing, going, "I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do." Like
yeah,
she had
for
no
a
idea.
good like month. She was like,
Yeah. Right up to the last
um,
minute, she still had no idea what she was doing.
yeah, none at all.
I bet she was like wiping the sweat off her brow when it got cancelled. She's like, "Whew, dodged the bullet
Yeah,
there."
it's like God damn it.
But yeah, like
But yeah,
I remember you saying to me like when my birthday got cancelled, you were like,
yeah,
"Oh, like it's fine. Oh, well, at least your birthday got cancelled. Mine won't get cancelled." And I was like, well,
yeah,
look what happened now. 7 months later."
yeah. I like to be honest, like my conspiracy about it, because of this past week, well, the past 3 days and this week, the weather's been quite good,
Okay.
and I think they knew.
Yeah, they
So they're
just
like,
knew.
they just look. It was like not reducing it to six guys because young people are apparently going out too much. Even though I've
Yeah,
heard,
exactly. It's dumb.
I've gone central like recently, and I see like loads of adults there,
Oh yeah.
like all in one area, and I'm like, damn,
Do you
this
think
is
it's like
crazy.
it would be funny if it's just all trying to like the government trying to get money back, so they're just like, quick, find everybody. It's gonna be hot
Yeah,
this weekend. Like,
yeah,
lock it down.
yeah. Lock it down.
I mean, there's
Yeah,
talks of a curfew coming, like at 10
yeah,
o'clock.
yeah. 10 o'clock. Yeah,
Locking it down.
wish
It's
I.
like, shit, you can't go out.
Yeah, that's mad again.
I
But the
mean,
thing is, like, a lot of people speculated this because of like they said that the COVID like thrives in cold.
yeah, that is true. I mean, what's weird for me is that they're thinking about doing the the whole lockdown sort of like what's it called, like curfew at
Yeah,
10, but they didn't do that the first time around when we were
yeah,
actually
no,
locked down.
yeah, no.
So
That was weird. I think they did they do it a bit.
no, they
They
didn't. They
tried to
didn't.
do
They
it.
didn't actually have a curfew.
They,
It was just like it was
the
just stay
speculation.
inside. Like
Oh, that was it because it was the shops that open, that closed.
that was it. Yeah.
Like,
So there was no reason to go
yeah,
outside.
yeah,
But
like
now
around
it's
like
like
7
curfew.
or something like that. Yeah,
But yeah, like completely ruined like your birthday now. And it was
yeah,
the
I
worst
know,
thing
man.
about it was a week
It
before
was
they announced it.
no, yeah, the week before they announced it, and then the ruling got set
Yeah.
on the Monday this week.
If you would have just had your birthday a week earlier,
I
it
know
would have
a
been
week
fine.
earlier.
It would have
I'll
absolutely
be
fine.
happy. Also, I've heard. Also, got told by like that somebody got fined like 10 grand recently.
What, someone you know or
No, somebody from Nottingham Hill apparently.
damn, 10
When it was,
grand.
yeah, 10 grand. I was like, damn. That kind of made me scared about my birthday at one point. I was like, I was thinking about, I'm not gonna invite 30 people. I'm not
Yeah,
that rich.
that's true. Oh man, like you could just still try and say, "Oh, we're one big family," and then I'm like the other like white guy who's there, like,
Yeah, but I don't know him though.
yeah, it's like shit. I'm just a carer. I'm carer.
Yeah, okay.
But
But
I was gonna say like I introduced obviously your name, you know, Yishak,
yeah.
but yeah, it reminds me of the people like spelling your name always was like if you want to spell it for everyone.
Oh, I don't think YouTube's ready.
It's not ready for your name.
So yeah, the spelling of my name, it starts with a Y. So it goes YITS,
Yeah.
then it goes KHAQ. And the thing is that a lot of people, especially friends and family, always forget about the K
Well, I
in
mean,
my
to be
name.
fair, it is like a silent K.
It
Like
is.
it's
It
kind of
is.
weird. I've never heard
It is.
of that kind of silent K in the middle of a word. But it's pretty funny. I'm always trying to like tease Yashak that like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I know other people called Yashak. You're not unique.
Yeah, whatever, man. That's
We
full
was
of
another
lies.
kid in school called Yashak.
I know what I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. You're telling lies.
Look, coming from somebody who's called Jack, all right, one of the most common names in England.
But I don't. Yeah, I only know like 4 Jacks. So it's
That's
alright.
what's weird about that is
Yeah.
I think we know more Marks than we do Jacks.
Yeah, it's true.
So
It's actually true. But then Mark is very common.
that
Not
is
gonna
true.
lie.
I think
But
Yishak used to say that there was like a mark on a table. It was like, oh shit, there's
yeah.
Mark. Every time
Yeah.
he's taking the piss out of him.
Your name's everywhere.
But
Uh,
obviously it's not obvious actually. Yishak is Jamaican, so
yes.
the barbecue would have been beautiful jerk chicken and
All
all
Caribbean dishes. And the
patties
thing,
are galore.
yes. Oh, yeah. Because so my mum knows a place where you can get like patties, like 30 patties for £30.
Oh,
All like the mixed flavors. So you will
Would be
get like
great.
lamb, beef, chicken, veg, saltfish.
oh, see, like, I mean, people think I'm sad about. Oh, won't be able to see Yishak on his birthday. I'm sad about the food, man.
Food. Yeah, a lot of people. And also, there's another thing that was going to happen on the barbecue because of since the lockdown, my community has been like my road has been
Been coming
like
together,
doing
right? They've been doing
come
well.
together. Yeah, doing
Yeah.
a lot of like of course social distancing things as well. But
Yeah.
as a community, we've been just doing things as like together. So we've been doing mini barbecues, like everyone outside
Yeah.
at the front. We've been doing like we had like a swimming pool at the front. We even went to Fort Park recently.
Yeah, you had all your like
And
little
it's
social bubbles, and they did really well
yeah,
of like
yeah,
bringing everyone together. It's kind of weird, like what this has actually done is to bring people together.
yeah. But my road's always been like this from like day one. So when I first moved, a lot most of all the kids were roughly the same age. So we always would play out
Yeah,
like all together, and our friendship still are strong.
yeah, and
Now,
like
so-
if anything, like this is done like
Yeah,
to bring
it's
everyone
definitely-
together and just like
Yeah.
sort of like have like a common enemy, I guess. Like
Yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There's always one.
But like I think that's the thing I'm gonna miss a lot is like the dressing up would have been great, but like
Yeah.
I remember telling
Agreed.
you straight away the patties was what
Yeah,
I was so sad about.
I literally had to tell you like you better come here early if you want the patties.
It's
And
the
I'm
lamb
gonna-
ones. The lamb always goes.
Yeah. The lamb always goes. I wasn't even saying it in the sense of like people coming over. I was saying my family.
Yeah.
That's on me before you get here. But
Well,
yeah, it would have been that would happen. Also, one of my neighbors is Jamaican,
yeah.
and he's like his cooking is amazing.
Oh my
Like he
God.
does really good. So you would have got like there would have been so much food because my mom's like the grandma of the street.
Yeah.
So
Like-
like yeah.
No lie,
been
I would
crazy.
like people were joking about it, but I was legit gonna turn up to your birthday with like a backpack and Tupperware. Like,
Oh no, you should.
like I was,
told
I
you
know, that's why people were like, like. So I told that to someone recently, and they were like, "Really?" And I
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah." Like if
Yeah.
you go to any Jamaican barbecue, you better
Yeah.
bring something, cause like
Yeah.
I would be taking some of that shit
leftovers.
home.
Yeah, you need that leftovers.
Yeah. All I hear about when I miss a barbecue from Yishak's is like how he's having a feast the next day, and I'm like, "Fuck's sake!" Like,
Yeah. Yep, and it's like still as great as it was the day before.
well, speaking of the cooking, actually, you recently made me your egg fried rice and sweet and sour chicken.
Yeah, yeah, I
which
did
was-
actually.
It was
I
pretty good.
actually-
It was pretty
yeah,
good.
Thank you, man.
Like,
Thank you. I'm
not
proud
gonna
about
lie,
it.
yeah, it was good. I didn't expect it to be like as good, I guess,
Yeah.
because it's like
yeah,
I don't know why actually. Like, I guess
I
it's
don't
because
know.
it's no
I don't-
different. If it's different cuisine, isn't it? So like
yeah, and I guess it's because you never had any of my cooking.
that is
And
true.
even though I'd been saying like, oh, you should try this, you should try that.
I've been
a
begging
crap
for
friend
it.
and trusted that.
Yeah.
Like from like I think it's probably like 7 years, probably more than that.
Oh
now.
yeah. I think the way it came about was like we were going to Thorpe Park, and
Yeah.
I joked. I was like, "Oh, you should make some of that egg fried rice and sweet and sour chicken." You were like, "All right." And I was like, "Shit, really?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I was
you're
like,
gonna
that's
do
not a
it?
bad idea.
All right, cool."
I kind of like it was nice. Like hearing from other people saying it was nice is actually
Well,
a
I was
blessing
saying like
to hear.
to someone recently that it's like it's one of the most personal things for me. Like when I make something for
Mm.
someone, like cooking wise, and if
Yeah.
they don't like it, like not so much of like, oh, I don't really like that. It's more like,
Yeah.
ah, I don't like this, I don't like that, and it's like
Mm.
the seasoning, and it's like it feels personal, like you fucked up, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Like
The
I'm
only
very particular about that.
the only time I don't think it's personal. Well, I don't feel it's personal is when it's like the person doesn't like that specific dish,
Exactly, yeah.
or
That I'm fine with.
then I'm like fine with it. But if I cook something and I'm hyping it up, and then something's like, I don't really like it, or I
Yeah.
mess up and I know I messed up, and I'm like, I don't want to give this
Like,
to anyone.
yeah, it sucks because I made a carbonara one time,
Oh
and my
yeah.
mum was like, "Oh, it's too eggy," and I'm like, like that just sucks, man. Like that's just like, oh,
Yeah.
you fucked up. You put too much in
Yeah.
there, like you know, and
My
like,
mom, see, my mom doesn't do it like that. My mom would like, so every single time I cook. My mom comes in and says, "Why don't you put this? Why don't you put that?" And it's just like,
oh,
I
it's
hate
like the
cooking in front
backseat
of my mom.
driving, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like I know what I'm doing. Like when I cook, I know what I'm doing.
I think
I cook.
that's the thing with mums though. Like, I mean, we're
Yeah,
nearly 30 years old,
yeah,
like,
I know, right?
and you still don't know enough according to your mum,
Yeah,
like,
according to my mom. And my
so.
mom's like old school Jamaican, so styles of cooking, it's
Mhm.
like it's either her way or no way
Yeah,
as well.
I can
Sometimes,
imagine actually.
2 months I don't go through that, but my older brother, who's a chef,
Yeah.
goes through that a
I can
lot.
imagine him like. I mean, he would pull out any hairs if he had any. I guess.
Yeah,
He'd
well,
be
he's
like,
grown it back, so he's okay
"Oh,
now.
okay, maybe because he stayed away." He's being driven insane. Like, he's a chef. He's
Yeah.
like a proper chef, and you got your mum going, "Ah, I still know better."
Nah, yeah. Oh, that's not how you do it. And it's like, but it is. No, it's not.
I think you told me recently about like a steak, like how it's
Yeah,
like I mean the majority, most people say medium rare,
yeah.
like is how a steak should be done, and then
My mom
my
will
mum
not
was the
have
same.
medium rare
My mum's like, no, it has to be
whatsoever.
well done. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
you don't need to burn it. Like,
yeah. My mom's like, to be honest, that's Caribbean
I
people.
was gonna
Like,
say because
oh,
I watched a program recently with Ainsley
yeah,
Harriott, and he went to the Caribbean, and he said like that's just it's well done everywhere. Like
yeah.
it's just the style.
No, the Caribbean people do not like blood.
Yeah, it's like
Seeing
I don't
blood
want to
is
see
food.
any pink. Like
Yeah, they're
yeah.
like, no, I don't want to see that. And I don't know why. I wish I asked my mom why, but
Mm.
I never actually got the answer for that actually.
I
But I
mean,
think it's just the culture of like cooking
yeah.
in there.
I was gonna say maybe like you're probably never gonna get an answer because it's something you probably taught as a kid, and you just
Yeah,
learn in its culture, right?
yeah.
And now
And that's the
everyone's
only way
like,
you've been
I don't
taught.
even know. Like,
Yeah.
but
Because to be honest, I'm kind of scared to like cook anything like that, like steak around in this house. I
yeah.
don't think I would ever would. My
I've got
mom would
like
be pork eyes.
I've got a bad hot take on steak for me. I actually think it's just like it's kind of meh. Like
Yeah,
it's
same,
overrated in my opinion.
same. Like when the times I've had steak, I've never been like, oh, this is like, I can't wait to get this again.
I've had one steak like that, one steak in my
Okay.
life, and it was cooked like to perfection. But it was like 70 quid, and that's probably why.
Oh,
Like, do you know what I mean?
wow.
It's like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be going out 70 quid every time just to get a steak. Like I'm alright.
Nah, that's crazy. I know what you mean. Like, you don't live that life. So
Yeah, that's a once a year thing.
yeah,
On your
yeah.
birthday if you're lucky.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. Speaking about the birthday, it's like last year on my
Mm.
birthday we went in the grill.
Oh yeah,
The-
Negril. It was a Jamaican
Yeah,
Jamaican
Jamaican.
cuisine. It was really
Yeah,
good.
in Brixton. It was actually really good.
I mean, if
So
you're gonna
like
get
you would
Jamaican
have had
food,
back
you
to
go
backs on
Brixton.
my birthday Jamaican cuisine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you miss the restaurant at the moment. Aren't you going to like 4 meals this week for your birthday?
Yeah. So yesterday I went Nando's with
Yeah.
one of our friends that lives in in my same area.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow we're gonna go to me and Jack and a couple of our friends are gonna go to a Persian restaurant.
Persian restaurant.
One of our friends tried to call it posh kebab, and
Do you know what?
that's fighting talk.
You know what? The reason why that's fighting talk is Iranian is like freaking peasant food. Like
Yeah.
it was it came from peasant food. It's not posh. It ain't
No,
posh
no.
at all.
The audacity.
Take it personally.
But bless our friend, she's been like trying to organize this
It's true.
for me, and because she's missed. So this friend of ours has missed my birthday since I've known her. because every single year she goes to
She's always in Disney World or
Disney,
Disney
yeah,
World,
Disney World,
Disneyland.
yeah,
Yeah,
in America, yeah.
yeah. So and then
So
I
we've
think
known her
first thing
for
you said was like, "Well, you got no excuse now."
yeah. I went called her up. I was like, you better, you have no excuse to miss my birthday this year, and then now she does.
Well,
Unfortunately,
oh god,
like
I
'cause I
mean,
had the plan.
she's got to do it now, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah. But I think we've known her for how long now?
8 years, 9 years.
16 since we were 16.
God, then way
So
longer then.
that's wow. That's 11 years almost. Damn. And
Yeah,
yeah, so 11. So guys, so people YouTube, it's been
yeah.
10 years. She's missed my birthday, back to back.
Damn, you're calling her out.
Yeah, I don't care. I didn't say her name, so no.
Well,
um,
I was gonna say, like, speaking of like school, what you
mhm.
used to do and what you do now, like you do dance, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
I've been doing dance
I've been
since.
getting questions about your dance, like I guess career and that, like what kind of style you do. And
I'm actually kind of surprised about that, if I'm
yeah, like,
honest.
cause when you say you're bringing on a dancer, people want to know. So like,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I basically just said like he kind of does all styles. Which would you say that's like kind of true?
it is kind of true.
But you definitely
Like
have a
if
favorite.
oh, if I had a favorite, what would be my favorite style? So there's a style called house, and
Okay.
it's more like it's I think it's like originally from like the style was from France. It's
Okay.
more like it's kind of like it's a footwork style dance,
Is it quite
but
technical, right?
it is very technical. But it's kind of it's very hard to explain it because it's like in between so many different types of
So
other
it's
dance
like a
styles.
blend of dance styles,
Yeah,
right?
so it's like a jazzy tap-ish kind of
Okay.
style.
And yeah, that's your
That's
favorite
like
one to do. Or is that the best
that's my
one?
favorite.
You're the one
That's
who
my
best
favorite
at.
one to do because
Okay.
it just when you freestyle it, it's literally just anything that you want to do.
Right. Okay.
It makes you feel like it gives you so much more options to do things. Whereas like some dances would kind of like limit you.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas with house, it's it's such a freestyle esque like dance style.
You can kind of build upon it.
Yeah, you can build upon it. You can like mix and match. You can do so many things with it. And I just like how like makes your body feel like you're like in water. It's
Ah.
very
Okay.
flowy. It's a very flowy dance.
So like,
So
here's a question then. Like, what's your least favorite dance style?
I don't think I have a least favorite.
Oh,
If
you
I'm
can't back
honest.
out of this question.
No, I'm not backing out. But if I had to pick,
If you had to pick a kind of dance that you don't like doing.
I'd say more like kind of ballet-esque contemporary style.
Okay. That
It's
would make sense.
it's because so when I've been doing my dance, I've been performing around like London,
Yeah.
and the dance group that I was in was a contemporary based dance, but it wasn't the kind of ballet-esque version. It was more
Okay.
of kind of like the urban style. It's very hard to explain
So
if
if you
people
was
don't understand,
to,
but
if you, yeah, I was gonna say, so if you was to explain to like an audience, it would be like a modern sort of take on dance,
yes.
and
So it would
it
be a
would
mix
be
of
a lot
so
more
many
meaning, I
styles.
think, right?
Yeah, it'll be a mix of so many styles,
Hmm.
and like your dancing would portray like like a emotion or a reasoning
Right.
of like sometimes it tells stories.
Yeah.
But getting taught in dance through schools, every single time I got taught contemporary, it was literally the ballet-esque version.
Really.
Yeah, and that's when I realized, I was like, why we keep doing the same variation of it?
I've
I
seen a
know,
couple
like,
of those, and they seem
yeah,
quite like pretentious. Is
yeah,
like is what I see it.
I don't mind it, but it's not when you keep getting taught the same thing over and
Yeah.
again. When you're trying to better yourself, it kind of becomes tedious.
Hmm. And
So pretty much,
you got to try and like reach for higher like
yeah.
stuff.
And I'm trying to like get myself better, because I have a cousin that he's the one who brought me into dance. So I started dance really late.
Hmm.
Well, people say it's late. I started when I was like 15,
Yeah.
like properly. I started when I was 15, but properly, like doing like going to classes, going to rehearsals and practices, and performances was 16.
Yeah.
I used to go to a place called Oval House in Oval.
Yeah.
They do mostly acting there, but they had like one dance class. So I used to go there with another friend of ours,
Yeah.
and
That's where you like
it
picked
was a
it up
strict
and stuff.
yeah. Yeah, that's where I started picking up even more, and that helped me a bit with my street dancing, hip hop and street dance. And then, like I would say, when I was 18, I joined my cousin's group called PPL,
Yeah.
and that's when I started doing like big shows. So I went
Mm.
to a show called the Brain Convention, which is like one of the biggest shows in London.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
And yeah, Jack and another friend of ours, I invited them to it, and even they were like, "Raw, this is like
Massive. It was like a
massive,
sold
yeah,
out sort of like theater sort of
yeah,
area.
yeah,
Watching
massive
like
theater."
loads of dancers like trying to compete.
Mm. Mhm.
Yeah, no,
And it
it's
was,
interesting. You must have
it,
enjoyed doing like that kind of like
oh, I
performance.
do. I can't lie. Because I haven't done performance in a long time
Yeah.
now, but I do miss doing performance. Now, personally, if I was going to do a performance again, I would like to do my own freestyle instead of being a group,
Okay.
because I think I got much more to tell about
Okay.
myself than I do in a group right now.
So what was like the energy when you were performing on stage? Like what did it feel like?
Oh,
Like was there a buzz or did
see,
you ignore the audience or what was it like?
it was more of appreciation
Okay.
of that I can show my skill to the people. Cause I know this is gonna say it's gonna make me sound like I'm arrogant as well, but I knew how good I was as a dancer.
Yeah, I mean when
It's
you're
like,
confident in something,
yeah,
right?
I was like, so it's like being able to show my work to people and then them appreciating it. It's such a great feeling because it makes you feel like that you have something to give to the world.
Okay. Yeah, I could definitely like see that like when everyone was cheering and applauding and stuff like
Yeah,
it's not so much like oh I'm the greatest. It's more like
yeah,
wow people are interested,
yeah,
you know. And I
and
can kind of compare it to like the podcast thing because when I
mhm.
see people listening to it, I'm like, oh wow, people are
Wow,
actually
yeah,
interested. Like you know,
interesting, and then it makes you appreciate that your work and your art and your craft,
yeah, definitely.
and it makes you feel like you're actually doing something that you feel proud to show,
Yeah.
and that's what it is. That's what I got
So
from it.
could
That's
you?
why I never really got nervous
Yeah,
in the
I
sense of
remember you
performing.
saying you never really got nervous for it, and I
No,
always was like shocked because like for me getting in front of it like it's a primitive mindset, but for me
yeah, it
getting in
is.
front of everyone going oh I'm gonna dance, it's because I'm not
Hmm.
good at dance. It like
Yeah,
if you were going to go on stage and do something you know you're good at, then why would you
yeah,
be nervous? You know?
yeah. That's why I told a lot of people that
Yeah,
asked me that question when it's like, oh, how are you not nervous? I said, how are you not nervous? I was like, because I know what I can do out
exactly.
there.
Yeah. The only thing you could be nervous about is like accidentally fucking up, but even then,
Yeah,
the
but
whole point of
even
dance is
then,
to carry on, right?
hmm you need to know how to adapt through situations like that, and that's what dance taught me how to do: adapt
Yeah,
in general, like quick instant adaptation.
yeah.
So it's like, so just in case like something happens, bad happens, you just need to
You
know
need to
how
move
to
on.
move on and
So, could you
better.
see yourself like maybe doing choreography, like making performances for other people, like in that sense?
Hmm.
Do you think that's
At the
something you could
moment,
do? Like later on, I
at
mean,
the
not now.
later on, yeah, I can see myself doing that.
Yeah,
Because I used to teach as well,
yeah,
so I do have that aspect of giving out choreography. Um, and yeah, I can see it. But yeah, at this moment right now, I would like to
you've got more to
show,
tell.
yeah, more to tell
Yeah.
myself than teaching at the moment.
Well,
But
like dance is usually something that's, I mean, it is very expressive, and
yeah,
like recently, there was a big uproar of people talking about diversity in their performance because it was showing the
yeah,
problems with Black Lives Matter and
mhm,
how, you know, how bad basically American society's gotten, and every society really, because people are just
mhm,
overlooking it.
yeah.
What was your thoughts? Did you watch the performance?
I only watched a little bit. I didn't get to watch all of it.
Yeah.
Um, I was quite busy recently.
But their message, you mean, like,
Their message, like, okay, so it's like a lot of people think way too much
hmm,
into what a performance is, when sometimes it could be bam, that's what it is.
yeah,
So them showing like what Society of Black Lives Matter is, it is a good way to do it. It's
yeah,
just that some people would like you can never please everyone, and I think that's what it is.
mhm.
Because personally, I like understanding the message. I think what they did was a great idea.
I thought so
It's just
too. Like, like people complaining. It does always like have that little question in the back of your head, right? Like, would these people, because they got apparently got like 5,000 complaints, like or more,
Hmm.
like would these people have complained if it wasn't about Black Lives Matter? You know, like if it was about domestic abuse, let's say.
Mm.
I swear nobody would have like
No.
complained about it, but because it was about this issue, like people phoned up and started complaining. That's what's
Yeah,
in the back of my mind. Is that why?
yeah. That's the thing I didn't understand.
Yeah,
It's like it's about a message about Black Lives Matter,
it's expressive.
and
Like,
it's expressive. Yeah, it's explaining. It's so weird because Black Lives Matter covers so many things in the sense of like racial profiling,
hmm
all of this, and they're addressing that. But if they did a piece just about racial profiling,
yeah,
I don't think it would have got them much hate. I think because of the label Black Lives Matter, a lot of right now is a stigma that a lot of people get twisted and tilted from, or get
yeah,
angry
and I don't
from
understand
hearing.
why.
It's I can't really say much about it myself. I don't
Mm.
understand myself.
Because
So
I mean, it's for me. It seems like the people of like they'll see something really bad, and
mm,
that Black Lives Matter do, which doesn't represent the whole group, and then they just like sort of latch onto that,
yeah,
and that seems like to be the problem is what people are
hmm,
complaining about. But this was a great performance that's showing like highlighting the issues, like
yeah,
and they have every right to do that. They're a dance group
yes, they
that can
do.
do that.
That
It's,
has that literally most of them are either black or
or mix.
got black, mix or black heritage in them.
Yeah, so it's like it's an art form that people don't seem to
Hmm.
understand. Like,
Yeah,
um, but yeah,
it's a way of
I don't know.
conceiving a message.
But then again, like you do think that maybe is it the sort of media latching onto the fact that 5,000 complaints, like, is 5,000 complaints big in the grand scheme of Britain's Got Talent? I don't think so. I think it's like millions of people watch it.
Yeah,
So
millions do.
so I don't know
But
why
yeah, I
it was
think
even made news. Like,
yeah, I don't know myself. Yeah, the fact they made news was like, when somebody's trying to make things bigger than it actually
oh
is.
yeah, like media in general.
Yeah, and that's what it felt like, and that's what I was like, oh, you shouldn't be like. That's when I felt like angry about people complaining because I was like, why are you
Mm,
making this bigger than it needs to happen? If people don't like it, people don't like it. Don't try to
it's
show
true.
the world that people don't like it,
Yeah,
especially when it's about a message that that's helping the
it's a
like
positive
kind of
message.
people. Yeah, a positive message. Like it's showing what our society is like now in the world.
So what's
With
how do you think that's like impact? Because obviously, like in the UK,
mm,
it's we everyone likes to kind of say, oh, it's not as bad here, but like it still happens over here.
racism is racism,
Yeah,
regardless of how big or small it is.
definitely.
Um,
How do you think it's
so
happened,
like
like
when people,
affected us over here? Do you think?
yeah, it definitely has. I've
Mm.
like hearing about because hearing from my family, just about so many stories like about what's happened to them
Mm.
since the Black Lives Matter thing. Because some of them have gone through the protest, some of them have, and they're telling me like how they've been treated
Yeah.
in England, being stopped and searched for no apparent reason
Mm.
because of the way they dress or the way they look, and it's even going to a shop and getting looked a certain way, which happened to me recently.
Really?
Funny enough, yeah. I was on my way. I was on my way to Tesco, and there was a security guard there, and
Yeah.
I was literally just went in to get myself a drink. Walked in, and I saw the security guard look at me funny, and I was like, okay, well, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm not here to get my drink. So I already had my mindset. Went
Yeah.
to the thing, didn't have my the drink that I was looking for, so I was like, okay, whatever. Went to try and get something else, and then I ended up seeing them following me up and down the aisle,
Oh my god.
and I was like to myself, I was like, are you serious?
And then, like, in the back of your head, are you like, you're thinking like, is this because of the way I look? Is this,
Yeah, it's the
you
way
know what I
I'm
mean?
dressed.
So yeah, it's,
Cause
I don't know.
mm,
Like, I mean, I seem to recall like when we were in school, because obviously I'm mixed. I'm half Iranian, half white, but
mm,
I never got stopped like by the police,
mm,
like ever. But I think you did.
yeah,
I had both of my friends, like close friends, got stopped, and they were both black. Like, I mean, even
I've
one
been
of them
stopped and
was
searched
like
from
mixed, and he was half white, but he looked
yeah,
more black, so he got stopped.
yeah. I've been stopped and searched outside my own road once.
Really?
Yeah.
How many times have you been stopped and searched?
Funny enough, I've only been stopped and searched twice.
See,
But
you say
but
only twice. I've never been like, to me that
but
still
the thing
seems like
is,
a high number.
it's like a lot of people would expect a lot because of who I am. But the weird thing about it, every since I've been stopped and searched, I've
Mm.
always been with my little brother.
Really?
Always, yeah. There was
So,
one time I was like, funny enough, and they've all been close enough to my area.
mm,
So when it was like outside my estate, the first time was outside my estate. I was walking to my cousin's house with my little brother to go to his birthday. This was like years back.
yeah.
And then I saw like an undercover car come towards us, and it had flashing lights, and it cut off. And I went to Tyke. I was thinking, oh, I think they're gonna stop and search us, you know.
Wow.
And so Tyke, don't worry, I'm gonna do everything. And then all of a sudden, the car just U-turned, and then it said, oh, where you guys been? And I was like, what the hell? And
Wow.
at this time, I think my little brother was like, he was like 8.
Oh, okay. So it's quite
Yeah,
young. Quite a
quite
long
young,
time
and
ago.
I was like 13,
Damn.
and he was, and then they were telling me about the description of the guy, and I was thinking to myself, why would I carry on with an 8-year-old kid?
But see, like
Like, dude,
that to me seems like a fear that I haven't ever had to have. Like I've
mm,
never been like I've only been scared of being stopped and searched like one time, and it was because I was hearing stories from other guys that were being stopped and searched, and I never thought it had anything to do with skin color until
yeah,
they
it's
told
mad.
me, and I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. Like I always thought it was just a risk to everyone. Like,
Nah, it's
and
really bad.
it's definitely more, yeah, it's swayed into one or
Mm,
more sides. But like,
mm.
I mean, imagine being in America when they have guns, like, and they can stop
Yeah,
and search you.
I know, because my little brother's going to go to America, and at
Yeah,
that time, yeah, you know, America's been like killing a lot of black people like
yeah,
for a long time, but this is when it started getting even more like people start to show it now more.
yeah,
And he was about to go to America, and I was dreading for him. I was like, I
yeah.
remember
You
now
gotta be
telling him,
scared, man.
I was like, if you, I couldn't say because of I don't know what that upbringing is in America. I can't
Yeah,
really give him advice what to do because it's not the same in London.
yeah.
Like
You just gotta
hearing,
do what the police say because they got some sort of like
but then
god
even that can get
complex.
you killed, and that's what's
I
scary.
know, but
And
like
it's just like, what the hell?
it's
And that's
crazy. I don't know what it is.
yeah,
Maybe like just I don't know, hang around with one other white guy. I don't know. It's
yeah.
it's
It's like
so
that's what I'm
dumb that you
saying.
have to do
Now
it.
I was so scared, and I couldn't give him any advice because of like no matter what advice it is, they will still kill you for it.
Yeah,
And that's what scared me the most for a while.
getting killed by the
And
people that are trying to protect you, like,
yeah,
or you think trying
especially
to protect
because he hasn't like the last time he left like England to go to any holiday and things like he was like 4.
you. Oh man, so
So
he's
going to a
inexperienced
whole
for
new
that.
country would be hella weird for him.
Well,
It's
hopefully
like a whole new
he you know everything's fine and he learns pretty quickly, I guess.
yeah. But he is quite adaptive
Yeah.
person. He knows how to get himself out of trouble.
Well, we're coming up to the end now, so I'm just gonna say thank you for joining me
Yep.
and talking about it. I
Yep.
definitely want
Thank
to have
you
you
for
on
having me.
again because I
Oh
think we
yeah.
only brushed the surface of what we could talk about together.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, YouTube. Another time.
but Ishak's on Instagram. He's on
Yes.
what's it? Y underscore dance underscore
Yeah.
Shack, I think.
Shaq. Yeah. Right
So
on Shaq.
look there for more dance related
Mhm.
stuff when he uploads them. I'll put a link in
Yeah.
the description as well if you don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind at all, man.
And yeah, like and subscribe. I have to say all this now because it helps the algorithm.
Yeah.
And it will be on
It
Spotify
does.
as well. So thank you.
Bye.
Bye.